I'm looking for the event. What was your name?
Hold on.
That's the second time you asked me to hold on when I asked you for your name.
Ma'am, hold on a second. It's really, I'm trying to help you your call. Hold on.
There's so many busy people, ma'am.
Case number, and then just get the date and time, and then
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Crank, Officer Crank,
Okay. And your badge number?
8973.
Okay, so you can't look up by my name?
I don't know your name, ma'am. You didn't give me your name or anything.
I was asking if you can look up the incident by my name.
Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
It is Keyana Clark. You said you have 82 entries? Can you repeat what you just said?
There's 82 entries. Do you have a specific case number that you have?
Okay, I'm trying to find the case number right now. So with the 82 entries, how many investigators do I have?
Ma'am, I can't look at all of them right now. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, for 5 years, ma'am, I haven't been able to know my investigator. How do I figure it out? Because if 82 entries have occurred, that's extreme. So if 82 entries are listed in the system is this just for Dallas alone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so 82 entries, that must mean that there's a lot going on. So how many investigators do I have for 82 entries?
I need to know what exactly the case is so I can see who's investigating you. We have several different,
For spoof calls? For spoof calls?
So what kind of report is it?
You just asked me and I said for spoof calls?
Spoof call?
Yes, calling counterfeits? That cover for all the crimes that happened to me?
So I'm assuming that's the financial crime?
You're looking at the reports right there and you don't know what the report, because it's been a bottomless pit to find out who the investigator is. When I go get records, the police come and interrupt that. So I'm not quite sure what to do. If you guys are you there? If you're not racking up the felony charges you've earned.
Well, it don't matter because
Hello?
So what are you needing? I do have a report number. What are you needing for that report? Detective name, number? What do you need?
Okay, so you have the report number. I finally found it with my phone. And immediately since I found it, you found it too? What report number do you have, ma'am?
Okay, the latest one was February 26th.
February what?
26th, ma'am. Did you make a report on February 26th?
Okay, well, what's been done?
Alright, let me give you the case number.
Okay, so what's the case number?
033 346 2023.
Okay, and what happened on the 189-570-2022? Unfounded? So if people are tampering with evidence, I'm not being heard, you interrupting. If people are tampering with evidence, that's a felony. How is it unfounded if they weren't investigated? So the latest report number that you had, going back to that was February 6th? Okay, you hold on. It's for 5 years. Yes, I'm here. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so hold on. So the February 6th, 26th, what was that report? Oh, okay, so they didn't do the identity, they didn't do the pickpocketing, but you showed where I was detained? Oh, because all these planned conflicts that are like Ocean's 11 that you would have to see to believe. Okay, ma'am, so hold on. I don't understand what's happening. So you don't want me to know what the report that you have on file is? What are we doing? You're trying to figure it out for 5 years, ma'am. Okay. So instead of them doing the report like all of the reports for me getting pickpocketed, they wanted to emphasize me getting detained when I said that I couldn't escape abuse, so I wanted to go to a mental hospital. So they scanned the argument so they can detain me. Hold on a second. For 5 years. Okay, ma'am. I don't understand why she could transfer me to South Central like they've been playing games 5 years. I asked them about being detained. But okay, now she wanted to deflect on the crime they were committing. Okay, so now I have a question with this report number.
Okay, what was it now?
It's K. K. Can I give you the report number? What's your name? Oh, what did I call? Okay, are you a police?
No, I'm not.
So you're answering the police department's number, but you're not a police.
Now, how can I help you?
I don't understand why people try to take control of the call by being psychologically abusive. So I want to first establish what I've called and who I'm speaking with. So can you give me report information on reports? Hello?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
What have you helped me with, ma'am? This is a pattern of insanity I've had to endure 5 years, ma'am. You let me speak to someone else like 5 years, Gaines? What if I was elderly and just systematically getting robbed out of funds? Because a lot of times people had not cared about me getting violated. What if it's someone that you deem has value? You know, whatever reasonings behind me being violated and forced into this abuse. Like I said, if someone that's not mentally stable is allowed to abuse this much power, is that a threat to national security? Does that jeopardize your safety? As I stated before COVID. This is an extreme amount of events, amount of power for someone that's not mentally stable, like in a horror movie. They hung up. This is the police department of Jim Miller. A lot of times they won't answer. After they've committed crimes and got caught in them, they just decide not to even talk, period. Enforcing that I stay in this madness over 5 years. Is it every other call? All calls. All calls are problematic and strange. Even calling to order food, there's been chaos. So this is Jim Miller. They don't want to talk about me and them covering for me being pickpocketed. And then start an argument to have to detain me. Have a reason to handcuff me and put them on really tight to where it was uncomfortable and painful.
Southeast Patrol Division.
Oh, you're answering now. Good. Yes, I tried to get the status of when I was detained, and I was transferred over to South Central Patrol to interrupt.
Yes, ma'am. That's gonna be on them. That's they're making arrest on the 20.
That wasn't South Central Patrol. This was Jim Miller. You said you saw it and then transferred me to South Central Patrol to cover for not giving me the information that you had in your system. Like Ocean's 11, you got to see to believe. I don't understand why for 5 years people keep starting arguments when they're getting caught in criminal activity. So back to the February 20th.
I'm not sure who arrested you. I'm not sure who did that report. It wasn't us.
Okay, so you just said you saw February 26th, and when you got caught in that, now it disappeared? You went back in a time machine and it disappeared now?
Ma'am, look, what is it that I can help you with? That's what I'm trying to help you with now.
I think you guys are committing crimes, and I think you need to rack up felonies you've earned. If you saw the report in an army full of people, why how did it disappear? I think that violating someone for as long as you've gotten away with it, you need consequences.
This is the phone. You can hold on a second. Hold on.
Why won't I let her help me?
Yes.
What do you mean? Is she trying to help me? You've heard all of this? And that's the only thing you want to concentrate on? You didn't care about me being detained, funds being stolen. You want to know, is she trying to help me? Why won't you let her? How's she trying to help me if she keeps hanging up in my face and covering for crimes?
She's not covering up for crimes. What crime do you think she's covering up for?
I know that you're requiring mental health treatment to be around you, but I tried to get mental health treatment. I told you I'm targeted by the government.
Where have you been, Keyana, to get help?
I don't understand why you're interrupting me trying to incriminate these people.
I'm not trying to incriminate them.
I know I am. Because I don't understand why my credit card company allowed me to get robbed out of funds and why I'm exposed to criminal activity, and you think she's trying to help me by covering up for it.
She is trying to help you. If she's looking up stuff, then I feel
What
like
is
she's trying to help you.
Okay, so you don't care about them detaining me on false pretense and starting an argument? You didn't care about that? You didn't care about my card company defrauding me out of funds?
How did they defraud you out of funds?
You heard all the other things, but you didn't hear how I was being defrauded out of funds? You didn't hear when I kept telling you I have 16 false arrests and I'm targeted? None of that concerns you?
Who's targeting you?
I told you got mad when I told you it was an abuser. That stalker.
Jason isn't targeting you, Keyana.
I know, you stated that.
So who's
How do you know?
targeting
How do you know he didn't do it?
How did he do it? You acting like this man is God. He's not God.
Okay, who's doing it? Why?
You are.
I'm doing it to myself?
Yes, because you won't get help.
I did try to get help and they set
So
me
where
up.
have you been? Where have you been to get help?
I went to Dallas Behavior, but I am trying to incriminate police. I've had 16 false arrests.
Police are not, they're not against you.
Okay, I don't know why in my environments people start arguments and mistreat me, you know, when I'm trying to...
Because you steady claiming...
I haven't got my funds, I had pickpocketed, I got pickpocketed, and they don't have that in the report? Okay.
Maybe it's because you keep saying for 5 years you've been targeted, and you won't let anyone... Whenever we try to talk to you...
You haven't talked to me, y'all been hanging up in my face. Okay, y'all been hanging up in my face covering for it, bullying me and mistreating me, forcing me to live in a tent.
Trust me, I'm not taking up for him.
Okay.
Because if he did do anything to you...
I got pickpocketed and the police department's covering up for me getting pickpocketed.
The police department isn't covering up for you.
Well, they didn't take the report, then what is happening? It was on camera footage.
They probably don't believe you. They probably think that you're lying.
How? And they have no evidence of
Look at
it.
your mental state.
Okay, so they think that, okay, what about when they put the gun up to my head, threw me down on the ground? That's okay? Wolf in the tent community, and there's a black widow spider in my tent. Why would they take cover for him throwing me down on the ground?
That's what I'm saying. They probably don't believe you because you're...
It was on camera footage. What about when I was attacked, and then someone tried to take my backpack after Austin Street stole my luggage, threw it away early, and looked at me.
Why did all this happen?
Okay, so when they pulled the gun on me, they thought they didn't believe it even though it was on camera footage from my mental state. Then I was attacked. Okay, I had it recorded. I recorded it.
So you showed them?
Yes, and it's recorded on the YouTube channel you said you don't want to see. So in addition to that, when I was attacked and someone tried to steal my backpack after Austin Street stole my luggage early, the only thing that I had back in life was my backpack, and he tried to steal that too. I witnessed testimonies and camera
So you
footage.
feel like Jason hired...
I don't understand why so many people had used all this madness as an alibi to blame me for mental illness. I still want to concentrate on the fact that a multitude of people told this police that they witnessed me getting attacked. And then a multitude of people, they saw it on camera footage, but they still cover for me getting attacked. So I don't understand why you want to concentrate on me being mentally ill instead of someone put a gun up to your sister's head, pull the trigger, and thank God it was no bullets.
And like I said, I thank God for that.
Okay, well let's concentrate on that instead of framing me for mental illness.
If I'm going to help you, then this is something that has to be said.
Okay, so before okay, you want to concentrate on my mental illness before the concentrate on someone throwing your sister down on the ground and the police department covering for that, someone putting a gun up to your head, your sister's head, and pulling the trigger. You want to first concentrate and ignore that on my mental illness. You want to first concentrate on why police keep covering up for crimes for 5 they hung up. So you want to first concentrate on that before me getting pickpocketed.
Yes, so it won't happen again.
Okay, so first concentrate on my mental illness and not talk about how I have assault and all these other things recorded and how people have tried to hit me with cars that's recorded too.
Okay, like I said, if your mind frame gets right, then everything else will be right.
Okay, so first now, so because there's a lot of people that discriminate against mentally ill people. So first, I can't get law enforcement until I'm not mentally stable. I tried to get it, so you're saying that they can continually not investigate 80-something reports because I'm mentally ill.
Okay, so if you have that many reports.
Because I got 3 or 4 times a day in my mental illness.
So if you
and they've recorded it.
So if you have that many reports.
They're not investigating any of it.
Okay, I'm going to say this. In all those incidents, who started it?
Oh, it's my fault that they pulled the gun?
I'm not saying it.
I told you I'm getting violated, but you keep covering for it. You don't.
So in all those incidents, they started it?
Yes, people came up to me that I didn't know.
So therefore, in all those incidents, if that's the case, the police will look after that.
That you just saw me covering for it and hang up in my face, and then you told me it's because I didn't get help treatment.
Because look how you talking to them. She don't know shit about what happened 5 years ago, or what you and Jason had going on.
I get gaslit all the time. I just wanted to be able not to get hung up in my face, and then my environment mistreat me.
They not gonna hang up if you stop talking to them like that. I would hang up too.
So every location I get gaslit, you would cuss me out for trying to get some consequences for people throwing me down, putting a gun up to my head, pulling the trigger, and you're my family. Then my sons, I beg for my life, and my sons hung up in my face.
That girl, and you were saying all that stuff, and I'm sitting here trying to help you, and I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I just think it's odd that people don't mind me getting violated like that.
No, it's not okay.
I want to concentrate on someone throwing your sister down on the ground, putting a gun up to her head, pulling the trigger.
How about you call them and we both of us talk to them together?
Okay, so let me make sure I understand.
I don't think you're capable of talking to someone.
Okay, so I don't understand. I know that you have a hard time and you don't like me being treated with like I have value. I know that my environment start arguments. So I know that you have in the past, you have not liked it when Jason would be mad, and you have lashed out at me in my mental illness.
I don't give a damn about Jason. Jason is the first thing from what I'm thinking about.
Well, I know my environment's lashed out, including domestic violence organizations, Austin Street, you know.
Okay, so like I said, what I'm thinking about, this is my main focus, is trying to get you help, so I can get my sister back.
Okay, so
wait.
Okay.
The lady that used to flip houses, the lady that was about her shit, the lady who I could call if I needed something. I want that sister back. I don't know who this person is. The one who had her shit together, who was never homeless. This is not the Keyana I know. The Keyana I know would not be going through this. I'm sorry, but she wouldn't. So this person right here, I don't know.
I don't either. The neighborhoods I've been forced to live in a tent, but I'm not her.
To live there. That's what I'm saying, Keyana.
Well, why didn't City Square? Why didn't City Square? I had to record it. I recorded that City Square, as well as an army full of other people had denied me
Nobody
assistance.
don't want to help you with this mindset.
It wasn't a mind state. They were lying, and I did. Let me show you. I can show you the recordings where they lied and scammed.
Somewhere at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
You have to be willing to go.
Okay, so instead of me trying to get the funds that I was pickpocketed from and trying to get out of the identity theft and trying to get out of all this, what you're requiring is that I can only get mental health treatment. I can't report the pickpocketing as well as a multitude of others pickpocketing incidences. So I don't want.
If your car was stolen, by any means, call. Try to get your car back.
Okay.
But as far as Jason helping with CPS and Jason...
Well, they lied on me.
Listen, Keyana.
You don't want to hear about me getting lied on. You don't want to hear about why my kids were stolen from me and me getting lied on. Okay.
Who won't let you use the tablet?
Okay, I wanted to concentrate on the incident with CPS. I have issues with my cell phone providers and my calls being manipulated. I reported it.
That's what I'm talking about. Can't nobody manipulate.
Okay, let's move forward. The security guard lied and said I was trying to fight her. Then when they realized... Yes. Then when they realized that I was recording them, because I hide it, and when they realized... well, I have to expose the crimes. It's not believable.
It's not crimes.
Okay, well, she lied and said I was trying to fight her. When they realized I was recording, then they arrested me on my way out at CPS for reporting your niece's abuse. There was bruises on her that you don't want to hear about. Then they're committing interference with child custody crimes.
I didn't say I didn't want to hear about things.
Okay, well, there it is right there. You want to concentrate on mental illness. And I know that you have a hard time with me.
So how do you know it was bruises on the table?
I told you about them. It was September 24, 2011. She had bruises when she went over to my house. That's what initiated me to move to E6's. Because I couldn't get anything resolved. So then, after that, she wasn't in his life a long time. They played games and went in her life. And then when he had the heart attack or whatever happened, they tried to be a part of her life 2017. Then the end of 2017, then she had bruises again. She reported abuse February of 2018. Then something else happened April of 2022.
Okay, so if you think all this is wrong, if all that is true, if CPS is involved, and they think that Michaela's in harm, you don't think they would have removed her?
We're deflecting? Because,
no, we're not.
Okay, I don't know why you get mad. You get mad.
Because, Keyana, listen, baby. If Michaela was in harm, I know CPS. They would have put her in a home.
Okay, you just said that you have a sister that had a certain behavior. Okay, why are we deflecting on a video that you have that you're watching in your hand where they lied?
This is not proof that Michaela's being abused.
No, there's an opera, the security lied and said
I can't see nothing on the video. I just
Okay, if you're going to be mad, do you want me to go outside? Because if you're going to be mad, I'm just trying not to be pickpocketed and violated. If you're going to be mad, do you want me to go outside? Okay, so I am trying to expose that I got pickpocketed and I've been pickpocketed, thrown on the ground. Do you want me to go outside? Because I like to finish and get some law enforcement. Are you saying that to stay in your house, I can't get law enforcement to be here?
What do you mean?
Okay, do you want me to go outside? Because I got pickpocketed, I got thrown on the ground, I had someone try to hit me with a car, I got attacked, and I ran off roads.
And when did all this happen?
Are you saying that I can't get this business resolved? Okay, well, can I get my business resolved?
People that are trying to help you.
Can I get the business? Okay, can I get the business resolved? Do I have to go outside to do it? Or are you saying that I can't? Can we talk about this after I get the business resolved? Because I still don't have my funds. Are you saying that to live in your house, do I need to go outside to do it? Okay, can I handle it? And then we talk about me being mentally ill later? Can I handle my business?
You want to go at 2?
I need to be able to. Are you requiring that I go at 2? Where am I going?
Somewhere on Gannon. I have to get the address.
Okay, so you're enforcing that I go to Gannon and to get help, to stay here.
I want you to get help, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to Gannon again, and what's going to happen on Gannon that my family member wants me to go to?
I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know how this works.
Okay, so go to Gannon and tell them, can I tell them about my abuse, or what are you requiring that I tell them?
I mean, yeah, you can tell them. You can show them the videos. I can tell them too.
Okay, so just going to get psychological support system for being violated. Because your niece has been abused, there's evidence of it.
If it was evidence, she would have been removed. So I don't even want to hear that.
Okay, so you don't want to hear me, the guns pulled on me, trapped on trains and all that, evidence of that recorded, and all of that being threatened and mistreated and violated. You don't want to hear nothing about that.
Oh, if I told you, if all that happens, then yes, but by any means, take care of your business.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. It did happen. It's been documented and recorded. I showed it to the police. There's evidence of it. So I just wanted to handle that business before you get set me up to go to Gannon for the mental illness, but deflect on all the other chaos your sister has to endure in your family. But can I just finish that and then we talk about this? Can I complete what I was doing? Okay, and I see that you didn't want to look at this. If you don't want to see the evidence, and it's hard. I'm showing right here where they wouldn't take the abuse report. Okay, so let me make sure I understand. What do you want me to do with getting violated? Because it's been happening years.
What I want you to do is when they talk to you, don't talk back. Don't mention Jason. Don't mention just. If all this happened, just let them take.
I've already done that since 2017.
Okay.
It's actually before that, 2011. So now what you're witnessing is me being a loss of patience because your niece witnessed my false arrest that our family has covered for April 28th of 2018. That you wouldn't let me talk about what we had to be enduring in that house. You mistreated me. Well, you say that you didn't, but you wanted to concentrate on my mental illness when your niece witnessed me getting my false arrest. Then ever since then, multiple conspirators has conned, so I wouldn't have access to your niece. So now what you're witnessing is me having a loss of patience for so many people enforcing your family's abuse.
So you said they run the government. What does that mean? What is that?
I mean, if I had a false arrest that were deflected on April 28th of 2018, and I have evidence of that, what do you think is happening? And then they stole your niece away from me, your niece away from her mother.
You're not mental capacity.
Maybe I have a mental capacity because my family's covering up. What about your nephew getting hit with the car? Why would the police come and cover for that? Don't you think that was suspicious that your nephew got hit with a car in front of you? And
she tried to take
we're talking about.
She was trying to stop.
I'm not talking about your nephew getting hit with a car.
I don't know about what happened with that.
You forgot? How Nia was panicking and your nephew was limping and told me he didn't want me calling the police and the head was bleeding and didn't want to go to the. I didn't have a car then and he didn't want to go to the hospital.
I don't remember nothing.
Oh, you don't remember him getting hit with a car?
No.
Yeah, that's a pretty extreme thing for you not to remember. When we were at your house. I didn't even know I was going through this, but you don't remember the police coming in front of you covering for your nephew getting hit with a car? Julian remembered.
Who got hit with a car?
Tristan.
How was the police cover up Tristan getting hit with a car?
Can I finish? Because you want me to get mental health treatment. You don't remember something extreme as your nephew getting hit with a car, but his dad remembers it. He remembers it. It happened in front of you where the police covered for it.
The only thing I ever remember is them saying that you left Tristan at Family Dollar.
Oh, okay, so you're deflecting and gaslighting me.
I'm not gaslighting.
Okay, well, that's not the truth. What happened was Tristan jumped out the car at Family Dollar. Scared. Something had happened to Tristan prior to my experience. Maybe it had something to do with him getting hit with the car and you don't remember. But you remember him jumping out the car and then gaslighting me. Okay, well, he jumped out the car when it was moving. And I was already sick. And I keep getting set up by the police department. I think maybe.
The police department is not setting you up.
Okay, sure. You don't believe it. You just want me to get mental health treatment and you don't remember your own nephew getting hit with a car. Okay. Okay, well, okay, I don't know what to say. How many? Okay. So you're interrupting me getting anything resolved? I can't?
No, you can't get something resolved.
Okay, well, since you don't believe it, I'm just trying to obtain evidence. I'm sorry you don't believe me. But are you saying that a requirement for me to stay here is that I can't handle my business and not be railroaded by the government? And
you're not being railroaded
okay,
by the government.
Well, do you have to interrupt me trying to get evidence? Are you saying that a requirement for me?
How are you going to get evidence if you're not being railroaded by the government?
Well, if someone pulled a gun on me and pulled the trigger, I don't understand why family member.
So where's that video? Let me see that.
I'm trying to get things resolved. Can I show you that later?
After you show me the video.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you just said, was I recording Wolf? So, because I was recording him, it's okay for him. Wolf did a lot of things that were inappropriate. So if I was recording Wolf, that gives him a free rein to put a gun up to throw your sister down on the ground, pull a gun up to her head, and pull the trigger.
It's not okay for him to do none of that to you.
I don't understand why my family member would argue with me with someone putting a gun up to their head and pulling the trigger. Okay, I record.
What I'm saying is that Keyana, people have rights, and if you are recording these people without their permission, then whatever they do to you, I'm not saying it's okay, but if they do something to you, then that's just supposed to be recording them. They have rights too, just like you.
Okay, well,
so if you're recording people without their permission, of course they're gonna do what that lady just did and try to take your phone, or you in somewhere like this in the hood, and some ghetto ass person come up to you and you're recording them, then yes, they're gonna pull out a gun.
Okay, the reason why
streets because it's not safe.
Okay, the reason why
you over here recording people without people permission.
What are you talking about?
And then they're getting mad at you, like just like I seen you at this.
We're deflecting. Hold on, let me concentrate on the reason why I'm recording people, because you said that I was mentally ill, as well as a multitude of other people. So I recorded them without their permission so I could establish that these people were conning me and violating me. Okay, so that's why I record. So what happened with Wolf? Let me explain the history of Wolf. Okay, we were in a tent community, and this man said that he had been in this community 5 years. It was clean. Okay, I wanted to be by camera because weird things happen. Someone came in the tent, and I know it's hard to believe, and stole earrings. Hold on, let me finish. And I had stylish earrings. I went to Walmart, and all their earrings were gone. Nonetheless, okay, so that we had to move away from the cameras, which is vital to me. Okay, someone put a black widow in your sister's tent. So hold on, let me finish. And then we can go there. Okay, so first when I tried to move the tent, a man tried to hit me with his bat and said I can't put the tent there. Then when I started recording him, he tried to pretend like he was cutting the grass with a bat. Okay, he started hitting the grass, but if you look past the guns, why are you hitting the cons? Why would you be hitting grass with a bat? But he had the bat like he was going to hit me with it for trying to pitch my tent. Okay, so then when I started recording him without his permission, like he told me not to do, then he didn't hit your sister with the bat like he was saying that he was going to do. He started hitting on the grass. Okay, so then after I finally moved the tent, someone with Wolf was spraying ammonia around the tent. It had your own sister's face broken out. It had me sick, coughing up cold. Some other party said that if police would have taken a report, that can be considered a crime. The ammonia is like deadly to come around my tent and repetitively spray it, which had me sick. Okay, so then the black widow spider was under my tent. Someone put glass up under my tent. Wolf, I was in a line to get clothes for females. Okay, because I repetitively kept having thefts. Wolf bogarted me in line when I was next in line. Bogarted me along with 2 other men and took all the female clothes, leaving me with none. Then later on, after he did all this chaos, threw your flesh and blood sister on the ground when I recorded, because I wanted to have evidence. Wolf would wait every day when I was already covered, hacking up cold. Had face broken out. People said you don't look sick. I couldn't get medical treatment. So when people said you don't look good, you look sick, I had to just deal with it. Couldn't get law enforcement, family member blamed me, hung up in my face, started arguments covered for it, punished me, all kinds of things. So anyway, eventually when I moved away from all that chaos, this is the history of Wolf. So then there were clothes on the street. Wolf came, Austin Street would put out people that didn't pick up their bags. They would put the bags out. So Austin Street put all the bags out, and I was going to go through that because he had already interrupted me in the clothing line when the church had brought clothes and took all the female clothes along with 2 other men. Then he interrupted me on the street, again, going through bags. So Wolf was a gang stalker that you don't believe is really happening, but I do have evidence.
I didn't say I don't believe.
Okay, but what you're wanting to concentrate on is not giving me love or support, but interrupting me reporting that, and also requiring me to get mental health treatment. Okay, well, we're still interrupting, and then you require me to get mental health treatment instead of taking me to the police department to follow up on all these reports. You're not doing that. You haven't tried to take me to the FBI. You haven't tried to take me to domestic violence. Because they lied on me. I have evidence that they lied on me in Itasca. They lied and said I talked to the officer and evaded arrest when I didn't. And, I couldn't really get a lot of support from family and loved ones. They blatantly lied and said that I talked to the officer and evaded arrest, and it didn't happen. So that is a history of a multitude of police lying on me. But instead of that...
Then when you got pulled over in Hillsborough?
We're deflecting. Why would...
I'm just asking a question. I'm not deflecting.
Okay, so instead of the police lying and said I'm saying that I assaulted them and evaded arrest,
you wanted... Hillsborough, right?
I'm saying that when April 28th of 2018, after I came back from the domestic violence location, and I asked you guys for help and repetitively over and over and told you I was afraid for my life, please give me a ride, and no one would. That I was afraid for my life and I had this stalker and I was ignored and wasn't heard, and y'all said he wasn't a stalker, he didn't do it. And would not render any help. So I went to a domestic violence location. Then immediately when I came back, they lied and said I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest. That's what we're talking about, not something else. So can we concentrate on police lying on your sister? Lying and said I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest. That's what I wanted to concentrate on. You did not want to concentrate on that. You want to talk about something else? That's when they lied and slandered me to take your niece away from her mom. And then they can't get their story straight. So they arrest me and scan at CPS so your sister cannot have access to your niece. So if that is criminal, so what they're doing is each time I go to CPS, they sabotage my ability to report it. They claim that I have supervised visits to see your niece, but won't render them to me.
Do you think they are? Was you acting like this?
That even if I am mentally ill, like you're claiming that I am, along with an army full of other parties that don't want to concentrate on my life being in jeopardy, but want to frame me. So here's the thing we did. We're deflecting on them lying on your sister and saying that I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest, which is on body cam footage, and it never happened. We're deflecting on that, on why officers would say that your sister assaulted them and evaded arrest, and it never happened.
I'm not deflecting on that. That's why I asked you, are you talking about the incident in Hillsborough?
It was in Itasca.
Where is that?
Where I live, close to Hillsborough.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yes.
So you're talking about that incident.
Right, and then ever since then, they've been scamming to keep your sister away from her, your niece.
I'm not gaslighting you, and I'm not saying that it didn't happen. But from what I heard...
Who told you? What do you mean heard?
I heard your alcohol level was up.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
I don't remember. Honestly,
you don't remember. So because my alcohol level was they have a right to lie and say I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest.
If you were drunk, how do you know you didn't do it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't drunk, and I don't know why so many people lie and try to cover for things that happen. Even if I was drunk, why would police lie on me and say I assaulted the officer and evaded arrest?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not, like I said.
Let's concentrate. We're deflecting. I'm trying to. Okay,
I'm trying to help you.
You're trying to help me, but they blatantly lied on your sister.
How do you know they lied if
Because they dropped it because it was a lie, and I got tortured in jail. But is it okay?
So if they dropped it, what are you trying to resolve?
I didn't think police need to repetitively lie on your sister, and I just don't know why family keeps covering from me getting violated. But is it okay? Are you requiring that for me to stay here that I have to let them keep on violating me? Can I finish my business?
No, in order for you to stay here, you just have to get help.
Okay. So I can't finish my business, and then you want mental health help. Okay, can I finish what I'm doing, and then okay, thank you. I want to finish what I was doing. But like I said, I tried to get help. They won't render it.
So where have you been?
Are you still here? I'm trying to finish what I'm doing.
But you just said that you tried to get help.
Okay, right here. Let me show you. I went to Dallas Behavioral because no one would help me in the crisis that people keep on trying to cover for. And I got threatened at the hospital on their camera footage by someone that was stalking me at Austin Street and setting up chaos there. So the lady kept interrupting me, trying to get help, doing all kinds of things that you wouldn't believe, and eventually threatened me. She did it 2 times and then threw a drink on me. So they would deprive me of any kind of therapy. Then I've been molested, right? Did you forget that I've been molested?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't forget.
Okay. Well, they would not help me get help on that. And for the trauma that I said that I experienced, they would not give me any assistance, and then said that I had psychosis for trying to report molestation and trauma. How would they know if if you remember that I got molested, then why would he think that it was psychosis? Okay, well, that's what happened when I went to go get treatment. Multiple parties don't want me talking about my abuse everywhere I'm at, in every location. So I was trying to go to the apartment so I could find out what happened with me when I was evicted, because they wouldn't tell me. They know I was in a domestic violence crisis. So since the apartment complex kept hanging up in my face, and they know I was in a domestic violence crisis, the eviction process is different if you're in a domestic violence crisis. So I was trying to get the information from the apartment complex. They keep hanging up in my face. So then I tried to call the city to see if I was evicted, and the city had hung up too. And then when we were over there, I was trying to get it because they wouldn't tell me, and then you didn't feel comfortable. So I don't know what happened with the eviction. And there's like a multitude of people that do things. I don't think I did.
Are you under City Square?
No, I paid full rent.
Why?
That's why I didn't have options for City Square. They denied me services. I told you that. That's why I was forced to live in a tent, and no family would help me. Full blown. Well, the one that flipped houses and did all that wouldn't be in a tent. Of course not. But my family has not heard me when I said what I was going through, and just keep on wanting to concentrate on mental illness and just hang up in my face.
Because if anything, City Square is supposed to be paying your rent.
They did not, ma'am. They did not. They wouldn't give me services.
What about the Salvation Army?
They wouldn't give me services either.
Okay.
Remember when you said that you didn't know where y'all were and y'all were panicked? When I was telling you everything I went through, and you said you and Miss Sylvia said that y'all were scared because I didn't come back?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Remember you were crying hysterically, you and Miss Sylvia? You don't remember when you called the police and you were crying hysterically prior, and then you called the police and said I needed help? After I had told you that I had the phosphorus, and you called the police and then I couldn't get my mail. I had wrote all over the country for help, and I never got my mail from you or so I put holes at the post office and they wouldn't honor the mail. So remember when you were crying and Miss Sylvia? And to me, that was the most afraid I've ever seen a human being in my life, that afraid in person. But you forgot? Shortly after that, the police came, and you said that you were trying to get me help for my mental illness?
I think I remember.
Okay, but you weren't trying to get me help with the phosphorus. And then I couldn't get my mail because I was trying to get help. But you only wanted me to get mental health help. I had rode all over the country trying to get help, so the mail that I couldn't get from you guys was vital. So I put holes at the post office. And the post office wouldn't honor the mail. But like I said, the way that you and Mr. Sylvia behaved, remember when I tried to go to get my money out from the bank and they wouldn't give me my funds? Remember me telling you that? You took me to the bank?
Yeah.
Okay, how long have I been banking at that bank? Like 15 years? Have you ever taken me to the bank and they wouldn't give me my funds in my account? It's never happened before. So if you missed it, so if I had ID and a social security card and they wouldn't give me my funds.
Jason didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay, I'm not, yes, I know. Okay, I know. But I don't, my bank for 15 years never deprived me of funds in my account. Because the medication that they gave me had me sleep 2 days. And I didn't know, I guess you can say my faculties about myself. It made me lose time. And I did not want to lose time. I admitted myself, I wanted to get therapy if I had rights and choices. I didn't want to be drugged where I woke up 2 days later.
Okay, what did you want therapy for?
We talked about the molestation that you said you remember and trauma from a multitude of parties conspiring with abuse that I had to endure. So when you are released from the hospital, it's a liability for them to release you from the hospital into homelessness. But the police department keeps interrupting and enforcing that I stay homeless because, like you said, there's no way that I'm not being heard. Can I finish what I'm saying? What can I? Okay. So it is a liability, especially with mental illness. If I'm mentally ill, for them to let me just be homeless in my mental illness, they claim. So if a party is especially mentally ill, that's like a disability. And if they release me because I'm mentally ill, and you're saying that I'm mentally ill, your sister that's flesh and blood that's mentally ill, into homelessness, that puts your family member in jeopardy, and it's also a liability. So I don't understand why my family member and loved one would condone their mentally ill sister being deprived of services.
I don't.
Okay, so that is the thing. The reason that the hospital that released me in liability, why would you think that they would risk a lawsuit and release someone and subject their company to liability to release someone in homelessness multiple different times? Why would you think that they would do that and risk a lawsuit?
I mean, I guess because you're not acting right. I don't know. I'm watching.
If I'm not acting right, then I need to be in the hospital. They discharge me.
No. That's not what I mean when I say not acting right. You're not cooperating.
So if I'm not cooperating and someone is highly mentally ill, you deny them mental health treatment? Then place them in jeopardy?
From what I've heard, you have to be willing.
I was willing and got put out.
Because of your reaction.
Okay, so I'm mentally ill, so they put me out of a mental hospital?
I don't know, but would you like to go back?
No, I don't want to go back because I just wanted to concentrate on why my family is condescending and won't give me any, love and compassion.
We're trying to give you help and love and compassion.
Okay, can I concentrate? If you're trying to do that, can I concentrate on the people pulling guns on me, raiding your sister, CPS line, 16 false arrests, depriving my constitutional right to go to court? Can we concentrate on that? Maybe that is why I'm mentally ill. If you're claiming I'm mentally ill, maybe that is why. Because I can't get love and support. People aren't following protocol, and people want to investigate 80-something reports, and I keep getting all these interruptions. I would like to concentrate on the thing that jeopardizes your family's safety. Instead of forcing me to be mentally ill, can we concentrate on what puts
I'm not forcing you to be mentally ill.
Okay, well, can I get this resolved and then we work on getting a support system for being violated? I would love a support system for being violated. I don't think that I deserve for people to bully and gaslight and mistreat me over being in an abusive crisis and not being able to render any love and support in any environment. I like to get that. So that's not problematic. I don't want to cause a rift between you and me. I love you. And it is heartbreaking, but I have to endure it that you want to concentrate on a mental illness instead of your sister being violated. If you were thrown on the ground and someone put a gun up to your head, I would not concentrate on you being mentally ill. I would concentrate on getting consequences for someone that mistreated someone that you love. I wouldn't concentrate on someone trying to ignore someone trying to hit you with a car and then ignore the police line and slandering you. That's not something that I haven't even done that in the past. You've lived with me a long time. In your life, I bought you a vehicle. I picked up the tab for you years. When you needed me most, I was there for you.
Exactly.
Right. So when you told me about things that happened with your mates, I was there for you. I gave you compassion. I gave you love, support, a place to stay, even buy you a vehicle. Well, no, you're not, because you're wanting me to get help with mental health treatment. I didn't say that. You're enforcing that I get mental health treatment instead of concentrating on the problem. I didn't concentrate on the problem with you. I gave you love and compassion for those abusive relationships. It told you that you can do better and you didn't deserve it. That's not what happens with me. I'm getting punished.
No, you're not. How are you getting punished?
Because I can't complete my cause and get any resolutions. When you went through your crisis, I lived with you.
I don't think you're. But that's just it. One reason why I'm trying to help you is because honestly, I don't think you're going to get anywhere because I don't feel like any of that ever happened to you.
Okay, well, if it's recorded, then it did happen. I was trapped on a train, and I've been trapped on a bus driver scam to trap me on a train, and I had to record on a bus too. I had to record it. So a lot of these things that people don't believe are on camera footage. So we don't have to question, like when I got threatened 3 times, your sister got threatened 3 times at the hospital to the extreme that the lady came up to me, threatened me, then threw a drink on your sister. The same one that stopped me in 2019, and y'all was trying to tell you guys, and you kept hanging up in my face. So the same one that I got threatened at this location on camera footage, and then led up to an assault. Then a magnitude of people like you thought I deserved it and clapped.
I don't think you deserve
it. Okay.
But like I said, everyone has rights. Just like you have rights.
I didn't put my hands on anyone.
No, listen to me.
Okay. I didn't put a gun on anyone.
Listen.
Okay.
Just like you have rights, so do they.
Okay, so
it's against the law for you to record someone without their permission.
Well, the reason why I'm doing it with deflecting.
That's one reason why you probably been arrested.
Okay, the reason why I'm doing it is because so many people were framing me with mental illness that things were on camera footage. So to catch them then you're mistaken. If you're recording a crime, an active crime, you can record crimes. If there's criminal activity and you want evidence of it, you can do that. So the reason why I record is because you guys weren't hearing me as well as the magnitude of other people.
You can record as long as when they know you're
when it is criminal. When there are crimes being committed and you're trying to expose criminal activity, you can record. Since I was not being heard.
With their permission.
No. When a party is committing an active crime, it can be recorded. So what was happening is I wasn't being heard. Family and loved ones and everywhere I was going was trying to set me up and frame me with mental illness. So I started recording so people can see what I had to endure. So then I was trying to catch all these people to see. I kept saying that. You kept hanging up in my face when I was trying to tell you I was getting tortured. You are right.
Jason isn't torturing you.
We're deflecting. I don't know who's torturing me. You're sure it's not Jason? Okay, maybe you know him better than I do. I don't know. I don't know. You know your best buds with him. I don't know what's going on, why you know it's not him. All I know is when I ended the online relationship with someone that claimed to be him, we're talking to me through fake pages, I don't know what you got going on with him and anybody else to know it's not him.
I don't have nothing going on.
Okay, well, if you know it's not him, I'm trying to figure out who it was, who's been mistreating me since I ended the online relationship. Can I finish doing that? Is it bothering you? Okay, so I'm fighting for my life right now, so can I finish? Because I need to figure out what's going on with this card. I've had identity theft. I couldn't tell you about because you guys were hanging up. I got pickpocketed, robbed, all this kind of things that we can't concentrate on just for mental illness. On camera footage. So I would like to be able to talk with my loved ones about this torture as like you were able to talk to me. You know, I had the means to buy you a car. I bought you a car. I let you stay with me for years, and took you places and did things for you. I like, for you to return the favor. Not that, return it, and do what I did for you for years. So apparently you don't want to be a support system.
I'm not want to be a support system.
Because you require me to be mentally ill instead of talking about.
I'm not requiring you to be mentally ill. You are.
Okay, so I'm mentally ill, so it's okay for me to get violated and be deprived of my constitutional right to go to court?
Not.
Okay, so why don't we talk about maybe that is why I'm mentally ill? Because so many parties are allowed to violate me with no consequences. So I'm mentally ill, so that gives them the people to assault me, the right to assault your sister, flesh and blood, then clap. Then for people to run your sister off the road, guns pulled on your sister, but sometimes some kind of way you want to emphasize on me being mentally ill instead of your sister being violated in avenues that could have cost your sister her life. Because what if the gun was filled with bullets and they pulled the gun, threw me down, and put the gun up into my head and pulled the trigger? You never told me about an incident like that. that happened to your sister, and you just want me to tell me I'm mentally ill.
To show me. I mean, I'm not saying, like I said, Keyana, I'm not saying it didn't happen. And if it did
Why can't we concentrate on that instead of forcing me to be mentally ill?
If it did happen, then yes, you do need to concentrate on it. But you're not going to get anywhere talking to people like that.
I don't understand why you, if someone pulled a gun on me, why you would be abusive. I think maybe we just need a time out. Maybe we just need time out because when someone is afraid for their life to repetitively over and over in each environment get this kind of attitude, it makes it hard on the person that's going through a crisis to not get love and compassion. Can we take a break? Is that possible? Just to take a little break for you to cool off because it seems that you're upset.
No, I'm not upset.
Can we please take a break? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So can I finish? Do I need to go outside?
No.
Okay. Are you staying in this room?
Oh no, because I'm gonna get ready to go to work.
Okay.
Or are you gonna be okay? I mean, so if you want to get help.
I would like to go get help in like law enforcement to concentrate on the pickpocketing and things that, because I just got them out in the hospital. And then they put me out to cover for me getting threatened 3 times on camera footage. Okay. So if I had rights, I would like to concentrate on getting violated first. You didn't offer to take me to the police department like I offered you?
Did I not say the other day, if you need to go somewhere, I will take you?
Okay. So then let's...
I said the other day, I don't have to be at work until 12.
Okay.
So if you ever need me to take you somewhere, it would have to be in the morning before I go to work.
Okay, so I would like to concentrate. The first thing that came out your mouth is going to get mental health treatment instead of me getting any repercussions for people running your sister off the road, pulling guns, assault, attacks, pickpocketing, identity theft, robberies, on camera footage.
And that's fine.
Okay.
But by you telling everybody that they covering up for him,
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You're not gonna get nowhere telling them that they covering up for him. You're not gonna.
Why won't they investigate all that then? Okay, you don't know. Okay, well, I'll let you go ahead and get ready for work. I appreciate that I love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, and I would wish that in my life, if I had love and the compassion. I'm not perfect, but I wish that I had the treatment that I gave you when you're in your crises, because there was multiple.
We're not gonna go there because one time you took me back to my abusing, so we're not gonna go there.
That's because it kept happening, and you would not help because you kept doing it. I could repetitively. I did not have the.
No, you took me back because I wanted to get up and clean up because I was sick. But we're not.
Well, I was sick. You weren't taking care of your kids or yourself.
I was sick.
I was sick with you, and I got up and took care of your kids as well as mine. I was sick with you.
At the same time.
We were sick at the same time. Yes,
No,
we were.
it was not.
Okay, well, let's not concentrate on that particular time when I got fed up. Let's concentrate on me buying you a car, repetitively giving you funds. You staying with me for years, including your parents, in my house, taking it over.
They weren't just my parents. They were yours.
Okay, but you lived with me as well as your parents for a long time when I tried to get away from them. You guys stayed in my house with me. I bought you Christmas gifts. Be honest, who bought you more Christmas gifts, your parents or me?
I don't know.
You forgot? Okay, remember the birthdays that you weren't...
To me, that has nothing to do with right now.
Oh, the reason why I think it has something to do with something, I'm establishing the kind of person that I am and being gaslit. So if you're...
Okay, well, and so we're going to get into it, and so we're going to bring up the past, because I'm not trying to
You bring up the past all the time with your kids. About mama and you will keep the memory alive.
Yeah, good memories.
It's not bad. I mean, in reality is reality. It doesn't mean that they're less than a parent. But the truth of the matter is, I did buy you gifts. And everybody knows that I took care of you.
I'm not going to say that you bought more than my parents.
I'm talking about for Christmas.
And like I said, I'm not going to say you bought more than my parents.
Oh.
I don't know.
You don't remember. Okay, well, if that infuriates you, okay.
Who said it infuriates me?
Okay, never mind. You don't remember who bought the gifts? Okay.
I just know that you bought gifts. Your sister. Ain't that what they supposed to do?
You haven't done it for me?
I'm younger than you, and yes, I have.
When have you bought me gifts like that?
Like what?
When have you bought me gifts? You bought me a purse one time.
Like I said, I want to get into that.
You said that you've done it too.
Yes,
That's what sisters are supposed to do. You're right. So when have you done it?
For one, like I said, you're older than me. I'm younger. So,
There's a lot of younger sisters that treat their sister with compassion and love and support and buy them gifts and just don't make it required to be one-sided. You remember when I had the court date in Denton County? Remember all my tires were on flat?
No.
And then I went to jail? They were. I showed the judge how I went to the tire company. He was acting weird and my sentence was very, very odd. Yeah, all my tires were on flat. And when I tried to go to court, all of them.
All I remember is when you didn't pay your fine and they pulled you over and you got arrested and you went to jail for a very long time. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had to stop going to school.
That's why you had to stop going to school?
Yes.
Oh, well, when there was like almost $10,000 in my account, why didn't you use any of that on you had financial means? Then the girl wanted to rent the house out. That's why I lost the house and I had 30 grand in equity.
I don't remember none of that.
You don't remember all the money I had in my account, almost 10 grand? And that I could have pressed charges on you for you to go to jail and I decided not to? You forgot that? Because I reported it.
No, trust me, I didn't forget that.
Okay.
But, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to go there.
You just said that you remember how I was pulled over and I didn't pay my fines, and you remember it's like your guess.
Yes, and
Why?
You
You don't remember when I had 10 grand in the account? Why would you have to? The girl said that you went to school with her, and then but I didn't get any money on my books, and you had access to almost 10 grand, and it wasn't even supposed to be a felony; it was supposed to be a misdemeanor.
Yes.
And it was like I got set up by friends. I was really stupid then. But let's going back. You said that you remember that I got pulled. That I'm trying to when you took me to get the records, their behavior was really odd. But nonetheless, it was supposed to be a misdemeanor, and I wasn't even supposed to be in jail for that amount of time.
No, you weren't.
Okay, so some kind of way they changed it on their own from a misdemeanor to a felony, and then I had 10 grand in my account. If I had 10 grand in my account, maybe if you use the money a little wisely, that was a substantial amount of money. And then you
why I had to stop going to school. So like I just said, we not even.
And then Mike had the kids for a while.
That's what's gonna piss me off.
Oh, because I had 10 grand in my account.
You just told me I should have used your money a little wisely and should have paid for it to go to school. But when I did use the money, you got mad and tried to press charges. So that's redundant.
I didn't try, and that's not. I don't know why you get lied. That's not what happened. Because if I wanted to press charges, I could have. I told you I didn't want to. But that was 10 grand, and I don't know why so many people start arguments. You didn't have to stop. The reality of it, you didn't have to stop.
So what you want to do? Use your money to go to school? You would have pressed charges then.
You used all the money up regardless, and all the time.
With your kids and your baby daddy and your bills. I didn't use it.
Those bills weren't paid. I don't know why. You're upset. You're upset.
Yeah, because you done pissed me the fuck off.
I don't know. I don't know why.
But then
You said that you had to stop going to school.
Yes, because you went to jail. I was getting my.
I had 10,000 in my account.
If Mike wasn't paying your bills, that he
He didn't pay. The bills weren't getting paid by you.
giving him check.
He said he didn't get them.
Well, he a motherfucking liar.
Okay, well, let's. Okay.
So they ain't got shit to do with Gwen.
Well, I wrote you and I told you don't give him funds. I don't know why you would give him.
Okay, but still, he had your kids at the time and Burr. Why would I not give him money to pay your bills? Why would I not do that? It's your bills.
He had a job and Burl had a
And
business.
your check was being deposited into his account.
People start arguing with me all the time. Let's just give it time to cancel.
No, answer that. You wanted to answer some questions. Why would I not give this man his own money that he going to work for every single morning to help pay your bills and help take care of y'all kids? Why would I not give him money? Answer that.
I had a savings of almost $10,000 in my account. And then not to mention the funds that were coming into my account.
Why would I not give that man his hard-earned money to help with y'all kids and y'all bills?
That's not what I'm speaking of. I had almost $10,000 saved,
You
ma'am.
answer the question. Why would I not give him his hard-earned money to help pay
I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard.
I'm not being heard either because you still answer the question.
I didn't say that you could give him his funds. I said my savings of almost $10,000.
Why would I not give him money to help pay y'all bills and take care of y'all kids?
You could do that, but now you didn't have to touch my savings. You didn't have to touch the 10 grand that was almost in my account.
I don't know what was in your account.
10 grand?
10 grand in your savings.
Yeah, I don't know.
Check it. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, all I was doing is giving him a check or writing him a check out. And what he would do with it, I don't know. He would come say, give me a check.
So he wanted 10 grand? All that time he used up all the funds of 10 grand? The money got wiped out of my account in April. The money.
It didn't get wiped out in 1 month.
Let me tell you.
How long were you in jail? How much was y'all rent?
April, when they said that they
How
were.
much was y'all rent? How much was y'all electricity bill? Did you? I mean, come on now.
So the money, I was in jail.
How long was you locked up?
So April something is when, the end of April is when they gave me the time.
How long was you locked
I'm trying to tell you. So the end of April is when they told me that I was going to get the time. And then after that, that's when my money got wiped out. I got out of jail. So I can get the records.
So you mean to tell me your money was out in a month?
So from April to September 8th when they released me on Mama's death.
April,
The
May,
anniversary.
June, July, August,
So-
September. Oh, so that's 6 months, right?
April, May, June, July, August, September.
Oh, okay.
So in September, from September, all that time frame, 10 grand was spent of savings, including the money that he earned and Burl's Social Security.
Like I said, he was calling me saying he needed checks.
But I wrote you and told you to use my money wisely.
But like I said,
And I know money was put on my books.
why am I not going to give this man?
Okay, that's water under the bridge. Can we cool off?
No, it can't be water under the bridge because you done brought it up. So
You said that you had to quit school, and I don't know why you would have to quit school if I had all that money in my account. Okay,
I
okay.
kept taking, when he was going to work, I was taking care of Tristan and Jaleel. I mean, Tristan and Keon.
Where was your kids at?
I had just had Jaleel
Where were your kids at?
at home because I was there.
Okay, sure. Okay, well, I just wanted, because my life is in jeopardy with someone putting the gun into my head, pulling the trigger, and I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue because my life is in jeopardy right now. Okay.
Another day because you have to go to work in a little bit.
Yeah, I work over there.
If you got to go to work, then how are we going to get back over here by the time you have to be at work? And I'm still not concentrating on my life being in jeopardy. We're concentrating on me framing me for mental illness instead of me getting my life out of jeopardy and getting back on my feet. So it would make sense to stop people from trying to rob me and to stop this identity theft and then concentrate on me framing me with mental illness. So first, let me stop these people from robbing your sister out of funds all over the place. Because there's a lot of people that have contributed to financial abuse that you'd have to see to believe. Thank you, love you, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to hash up old wounds, but first I like to concentrate on getting people to stop them their free reign of terror from running me off roads, trying to hit me with a car, pulling a gun up to my head, and I just got out the mental hospital, so I don't think that we need to go ahead and, concentrate on that. Let's concentrate on getting these people that's violating your flesh and blood sister the consequences for doing so. Then I won't have to be mentally ill. But what every one of my environments wants me to be mentally ill and let these people get away with free highway robbery and terror and violate me, no consequences for them, and let me stay in it and be mentally ill. That doesn't really make sense. It would make sense like in your situations that we get the perpetrator the consequences they deserve. Then get the mental health the mental health capable part of the aspect to help me deal with getting violated. But some kind of way I'm getting violated, a free reign of terror with no consequences for it. Just mental health treatment, and then really deprived of real mental health treatment. You see what I'm saying? Stop the abuse. Get your sister out of jeopardy and danger first before you set her up for mental health treatment. You see what I'm saying?